Asher Milbauer. I am Professor of English and Director of the Exile Studies program. Next semester, I will teach an honors seminar on Exilic Journeys and their literary manifestations. Unlike other academic fields, literature particularizes rather than universalizes the mysteries of the human condition. This unique attribute is even more pronounced in the literature of exile, for in addition to synthesizing and concretizing the rich and often traumatic experiences of dislocation and dispossession, it provides grounds for entry into the realm of otherness and assists readers in gaining a clear understanding of self and the world. Furthermore, the literature of exile helps us build bridges across geographical divides and ideological differences. Through reading fine literary texts by internationally renowned authors, my students will explore the roots and causes of a given author's displacement and examine its historical, social, cultural, psychological, political, and linguistic consequences. Exilic Journeys will provide students with a nuanced understanding of how the unique status of exile helps shape fundamental human experiences. To reiterate my own sentiments about the benefits of studying the phenomenon of exile and its literary manifestations, let me quote one of the most acclaimed contemporary authors, the British-American writer Zadie Smith. She states, "I am very attracted to exile literature, particularly Nabokov, exactly because the idea of being away from home for any serious length of time is inconceivable to me." I hope my students in Exilic Journeys will come to share Zadie Smith's attraction to exile literature.
Hello everyone, my name is Ronnie Castillo and I'm a 2015 Phi Theta Kappa Honors College graduate, a bachelor's in English, a minor in Asian Studies, and a certificate in Exile Studies. During my very first semester at FIU, I took a course that was titled Exile Literature with Dr. Milbauer. Little did I know that it would change the way that I saw the world, that I saw myself, and it would inform my academic career until this very day. In the Honors College, we are called to be global citizens. We're called to understand others, to reach out, to be mindful of ourselves and of our surroundings. And this is the type of knowledge that you will acquire in Dr. Milbauer's class. Now as a professor, what I learned in his class has allowed me to better understand my students, has allowed me to hear their voices better, as I understand my own better. If you're an Honors College student and you have the opportunity to take this class with Dr. Milbauer, I highly recommend it. It's going to make you a better student, a global citizen. It's going to empower you whichever field you go into. Don't take my word for it. Take the class. It's going to change your life. It changed mine.
Hi, my name is Sophia Scotti, and I'm a 2020 graduate of FIU's Honors College, where I majored in English and got a certificate in Exile Studies. Before taking Dr. Milbauer's Literature of Exile course, exile was honestly something that was completely foreign to me. Even as an immigrant, I really thought of exile as only being when you're forced to leave your home nation for political purposes, and I really struggled to think of how it could have anything to do with me, who left my country voluntarily, or at least my parents left my country voluntarily. This class honestly completely changed my perspective on everything, from my own family's experience with exile to the way that the community here in Miami has dealt with it, and even the way that the entire history of the world is intimately tied with the history of exile. Throughout the class, you really learn that the basic truth behind exile is that all people have an intrinsic need to belong. And when this sense of belonging is taken away from them, it can be incredibly painful and disorienting. You read a lot about the hardships that exiles face and the ways that they cope with their losses. But even though the study of exile deals with incredibly heavy and often tragic themes, Dr. Milbauer has a real talent for finding all of the threads of connection, love, and community that also come with the exilic experience. He takes these often harrowing stories and turns them into something really, really beautiful that illustrates the resilience and the strength of the human spirit, and the ways that we as a society find meaning in our losses by connecting with others who share our experiences. Getting a certificate in exile studies was honestly the single most enlightening and eye-opening thing that I did with my time at FIU. And I highly recommend taking a course in exile studies if you want to learn more about the world around you, and honestly even find out a lot about yourself in the process.
Hello everyone, my name is Junior Paez. I'm a 2015 Honors College Worlds Ahead graduate with a bachelor's in English, minor in philosophy, and certificate in exile studies. Throughout my undergrad years, I took several courses with Dr. Asher Milbauer that focused on exile and the human condition. I wanted to know a little bit more about myself and others through literature. These classes helped me better understand the experiences that immigrants, such as my parents, went through when leaving their homelands. One of the most important things that I learned from Dr. Milbauer is the ability to connect and empathize with people from different walks of life. As an educator, this knowledge empowered me to help my students understand society and their place in it, thus making them better global citizens. If I could go back to college and take a course, definitely would be with Dr. Milbauer. He's one of the most approachable and knowledgeable professors I've ever had. If you're an honors college student, I would greatly recommend this course with Dr. Milbauer. You will not regret it.